Mark and I decided to come to the Historic Marysville Cemetery. We heard that Black Bart is buried somewhere here. We want to try to find him. Does this even have names or anything? Nope. So guess what? The search is going to begin. This is a very, very old cemetery. If I remember correctly, they don't allow anything but just like the flat tombstones now. You can't do this type of stuff. But this just shows how old it is. Poor little angel's missing their head. Look at this. Those are not real. Just saying. I don't know why they put crows up there. But if you look right there, there's a little green golf ball with a face on it. So if you were wondering who is Black Bart, well, this is Black Bart. He's Charles Earl Boles. He was an American Old West outlaw, noted for his poetic messages that he left behind 2 of his robberies. But I think he did 28 stagecoach robberies. They were always Wells Fargo stagecoaches. He was also known as the Gentleman Bandit. He was a very notorious stagecoach robber, and he operated around Northern California and Southern Oregon in the late 1800s. So Charles Boles was a Civil War veteran. He actually tried his hand at the gold rush, didn't have much luck. He ended up moving to one of the eastern states and got married. I think it was Montana. Yeah, I think it was Montana. He got married and bought a share in a mine. Wells Fargo tried to buy that mine from him, and when he declined, they apparently cut off the water to his mine, which forced him to abandon it. He got very upset and had written letters to his wife saying he was going to get revenge. That is what is said has started his stagecoach robbery. He was always on foot. He was afraid of horses. So he would jump out of the bushes, hold up a stagecoach, and rob them. He's known as the Gentleman Bandit because he was always polite to women. He was known to give money back to passengers as they threw it from the stagecoach. And he was always nicely dressed. He was not vulgar. He said please and thank you. And it is said that he never had a bullet in the chamber of his rifle. He was polite. He also left poems behind at 2 of his robberies. They're pretty comical. If you look them up online, you can see what his poems were. He was caught at one point. He left a handkerchief behind at one of his robberies, and it had a markings of one of the launders in San Francisco, and he got caught and was sent to San Quentin. He was sentenced to 6 years. He got out on good behavior after 4, and he was never heard from again. And that was in 1888, I believe. If you look it up on Wikipedia, it'll say that he died February 28th of 1888. Well, that happens to be the time that he got out of San Quentin and was never heard from again. He's not even looking at me. I'm waving. He's not looking. Look at all this. It's just weird to me that there's these big mausoleums. You don't see that anymore. Like family plots and mausoleums and stuff like that. All right. Black Bart, where are you? Black Bart, show yourself. Well, yeah, don't show yourself really. Where are you? That's all I want to know. Where are you? Where you be? Where you be? I know he's by a tree. Let's look over here. There's a tree. I feel like I really need to watch for rattlesnakes though. Like I'm a little worried. There's lots of lizards and overgrown stuff and critters. What's that? Hackett. That looks, why does that look familiar? Hackett. All right. George M. Hackett, 1838 to 1895, Wells Fargo stagecoach guard. Well, this isn't Bart, but this is someone that probably knew him or knew of him. What if they have Bart over here? That would be hilarious if this was Bart. Nope. Wow. Shotgun messenger, 20 years for Wells Fargo Express, who on many occasions made it unpleasant for robbers to overtake the treasure aboard stagecoaches. He came within an inch of putting Black Bart to everlasting sleep. Are you reading this? Why is it crooked? There we go. Wow. Huh. Okay. So where in the world is Black Bart? He's here somewhere. I just saw his adversary. He's got to be here. He's under a tree. He's got to be near here, right? Or did they put him on the whole other side of the cemetery? No. Look at how pretty that is. It's pretty in a very macabre kind of way, I guess. Can I walk up these? Am I allowed to walk up this? I swear there's some weird noises happening around here. Okay. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? What is this? The Hobarts. The Hobart family. Well, honor to you guys and your lives. I really do wonder what their lives were like. So, some rumors say that he went to New York and died there. Some people say he went back to England, where he originated from when he was a child, and lived out the rest of his life there. But there are some that say that he was buried here in Marysville, California, and there is a tombstone for him there. So this is what we're looking for today. I just think this is super interesting, and his tombstone's here somewhere. Don't know if his body is, but the tombstone is, so we're going to find it. Anyway, as I've been talking, I've been looking for Bart. I'm going to every single tree. Oh. Bart, gotta find you somewhere. I don't know where you're at. Look, flowers. Oh, they're not real. Crow knocked down. See, it makes me wonder why the little pirate ship? Who was Arnold M? What was his story? It's very interesting. I don't know what that is. What is that? There's a bug down there. He's a big black bug with red wings. Probably bites. Saying I better move. All right. It said he's buried in plot 8743. Online. And when I went up to the front, the little plot reader thing is so old and so tiny, it's hard to read it well. But it was in this general direction. So I'm gonna head this way and look. Hey, squirrely boy. Oh, look it. This one's kind of cool. I bet you this person was a lumberjack or something. I bet. There's another lumberjack, I bet, right there. Oh, squirrely! I'm sorry. They're really disrupting their little life here. Can't find him. I've probably walked by him at least twice. I feel like I've looked at the names on all of them. He's in Potter's Field. That's what it said online. Oh, look at the jackrabbit! Oh my god, he's huge! Are you following the map? You know, Mark did this smart. This was smart of Mark. To do a map. $87.43. No. It says Black Bart on it.
Look. What's that? Little dot.
Okay.
It's over here.
But that's not it. See, look, this is plot 758, 756, 754, not 3743. It said he's in Potter's Field, and that's Potter's Field right there. Well, looky what I found. There he is. Well, Mark found him, not me. I walked by this at least 2 times, if not more. Matter of fact, I even looked at that crow that had fallen over. But there he is, Black Bart. Says he was a Civil War veteran. You know what's funny? The stagecoach security guy with the rifle that protected the Wells Fargo stagecoaches is all the way at the far side. They kept these guys separated for a reason. Oh, and oh man, look at this. Look at that. Look what's at the bottom. It's a Wells Fargo bank, little piggy bank thing. Someone sat there. Well, if that isn't just a hint of who Charles Well, aka C.E. Bolton, Charles E. Boles, Black Bart. He didn't need one. He just took what he wanted. There it is. We found him. Thank you, Mark. Mark found him. There he is. I got you now, Black Bart.